You know, I thought about doing this as like a community post or whatever, but considering that YouTube community posts fucking suck and nobody actually reads them, I'm sure, might as well just go with this. So you might have noticed I've like actually uploaded like a fair bit more than I used to. I haven't uploaded anything in a while, especially longer since I've used my actual fucking voice or something like that. Um. So yeah, fucking Resident Evil 6, man. God, this game, I love this game. Anyway, so I haven't like done anything in a while or so, and like, God, can you believe this game is like fucking almost 10 years old and shit? People still act like this is like the Sonic 06 of video games or some shit. It's not. But anyways, back on topic. I haven't uploaded anything in a while, and there's a lot of reasons for that. I've been busy on fucking Twitter and other things, just doing my own thing, figuring things out, and how fucking abysmal the state of the world is. But you don't need to hear that. If you already understand what I'm saying, then you already know that. But anyways, I digress. But back on topic, delaying this shit. But anyway, so you may notice I've uploaded a bit more than usual than I have in the past. Just raw gameplay footage and such. Maybe a bit of a descriptive description or something like that. Sounded a little stupid there, but whatever. So you might have noticed that. And the reason for that is because I wanted to do a bit of an experimentation, because honestly, I don't really know the game to YouTube anymore, especially now with how abysmal... Look, YouTube is just fucking terrible. I need to tell you that if you're watching this video, you probably already know how abysmal it is. The algorithms, the supposed content creators just sucking up any sort of intelligence. It's just the worst. I'm not going to call my videos content because, quite frankly, even if my videos are probably fucking terrible, I don't hate them that much to call it content because it just feels disposable and such. The point of the matter is that I don't really know the YouTube game like I used to. I had like aspirations of like doing like reviews, like analyses of like games, fucking movies, anime, tokusatsu shit, the stuff I'm into. But I just don't really have the energy or effort to do so anymore, so I kind of lost that motivation because a lot of the drive that came from that was just wanting to tell people that this thing I think is really cool. And that was a lot more prevalent back in the 2010s when YouTube was still in a... I wouldn't say it was like unpopular because it was obviously getting a lot more traction when you had people like game analysis videos becoming a bit more of a mainstream sort of thing, I guess. But it was a much more it was much easier to work around that time period, but now we're like, it seems like everyone just wants to make fucking videos like that nowadays, so yeah, it's I hate it. I'm not gonna lie there. I fucking hate it. I'm sick of all the bullshit of like all the fake titles and all that nonsense. The clickbaits of this game that you never heard of on the PS2 or something, really trying to like sucker people's intelligence and whatnot. It's horrible. I don't think people who watch YouTube should be treated like imbeciles. I know YouTube has a lot of imbeciles, but I don't think you should treat them and expect them like such to go be that somewhat, you know, condescending or something like that. But like I said, I just don't really know the game of YouTube anymore, what to do. So what I was doing there was kind of just experimenting a bit, see if it works for me, and it was a little different. I don't really like putting myself out there like that, cause especially in a while, because I just haven't really been there exactly in a while. So what I was like thinking is like going back to sort of like, I want to say going back, like doing stuff like that. Look, if I can't really edit like a video review or like analysis or anything like that, I can just like just show it, and that just says more than enough, really. And maybe possibly talking about it in the description, like sort of a video with like a review in like the description and such. Like there were some people who were like that back then. If you've been in the gaming scene for a while, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then that's just something that you would see from people. And yeah. So if I can't really talk about or make an edited review or anything like that, the least I can do is just like show it and such. And possibly just talk about it in like the description. Because it just keeps things separate but somewhat focused in one way. I don't know. I'm still like experimenting. Because I have had thoughts like, do I want to get back into this thing? Because I obviously do think that it's something I have thought about. And I don't want to ban it because, I don't know. I've been on this fucking site for God knows how long. Probably since maybe the late 2000s, so almost 20 years. That's a long time. So, yeah, it's just kind of... I don't know, man. The point of, like I said, like, that was just me kind of experimenting, and I'm still kind of experimenting. Because I don't really know how this site is anymore. I definitely don't know my audience anymore, because frankly, I haven't done anything in a while. So I'm just like I'm just experimenting, see what works for me, what I'm okay with. Because one thing I'm definitely is that I'm not really satisfied with any of my videos I make. This one very much included. So yeah, there was something I did thought about lately, I guess. There's something that just kind of just propped up for me, like doing like sort of like commentary videos, like a commentary track on like a movie or something, kind of like what Matthew Matosis did back in the day. If you remember him, Your Real Run, but something like that. I was wondering if I could do something like that, because it's much easier to like record some footage or like talk about something while you're watching it in real time than it is just trying to edit it around, because editing can be really rewarding and such. It definitely can. I definitely think that once you get into the groove of things, it can be very, very fun in its own way. But what I definitely do hate is doing audio editing and trying to get the best recording takes and whatnot, because I fucking hate that. I've always hated that. Even though I haven't made many videos where I've done like, I guess reviews. I don't know if they really count. Like videos where I just use and edit my voice and edit and such. I haven't done a whole lot out of those. I've done several attempts at those, but they never really worked out in a way that I felt was satisfying, because a lot of them just feel really archaic to me. The ones I definitely have done look like they came from like 2010 to me, and I just don't think that's really right exactly. So it just doesn't really work for me. So what I was kind of like thinking is like possibly doing like commentary videos like those. It doesn't feel right calling them like these. Like they're more like commentary and like fucking like whatever's on my mind or something like that. I don't really know. Look, if you the point of the matter is, I guess, is that like what I'm kind of doing right now. I'm watching this fucking gameplay footage I did of like Resident Evil 6, like this. And obviously I don't want to make it like some lame Let's Play, because that shit's boring. Let's be real here. It's not really interesting to watch or listen to, because like you'll have this one guy constantly just dicking around about how like, well, you see, that was weird or something like that. Nobody fucking cares about that shit. Do you care about that? I don't fucking care about that. That's why stuff like fucking streamers don't really interest me, because they're not really interesting to listen to and they're not really interesting to watch. So yeah, so at the very most I would like to at least talk about something in the subject and that I'm commenting and give some insight. It's kind of like a review, but like I said, it's more like a commentary track for like a movie or a game or anything like that. It just would work a little bit better for me. It might be an interesting thing to do. So I don't really know. I'm basically just rambling with this, because honestly, like, it's just easier for me to do. And like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting, just rambling. Don't really know what I want to do with this channel, because I don't want to leave YouTube. I don't want to, like, restart all over again, because I've been on the site for too long. I don't know if I could really do it. I don't really feel right doing that. I mean, it would be a nice refresh, but even then, like, I'm just kind of, like, stuck with that, really. So, like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting to see, like, doing those kind of gameplay videos, I guess, or stuff, random shit that, I don't know, you'd see in, like, the old era of YouTube, I guess. Because the old era of YouTube is basically being buried and such. It's been buried for a while, let's be real here. And, like, stuff like that, like, I mean, if I can't, like, make a video, if I can't, like, make a video review or discussion or, like, a documentary, that kind of thing, the least I can do is, like, just show what I like or what I'm interested in, because, believe it or not, all the games that I have shown are games that I actually do think are good, or stuff I actually think I like. Some more than others, despite some of their more jokey titles. If some of those seem a little try-hard, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm just experimenting. But, anyways, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thanks. I actually do mean that, because I don't think anyone actually watches YouTube videos anymore. They just, like, see some and then they comment on it without even seeing the whole fucking thing. So if you watched it this far, leave me some feedback. Just tell me something. I would really like to engage with my audience and such, so that would really, really help. So, yeah. See you next time.